us an opportunity to present our work in this session. We are presenting the Interactive Museum, which is a project that we implemented with Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Museum, erstwhile Prince of Wales Museum at Mumbai. This museum is one of the pioneers as far as the way they are presenting their antiquities and the collections before the people. Because recently I happened to visit the Vatican Museum in Italy, Rome. I have also visited the British Museum in London. They do not have interactive kiosks which educate people, which make them aware of the history and the knowledge about the cultural heritage of the artifacts which are presented in the museum. So this is an interesting initiative from an Indian museum. This particular museum has several galleries, and what we have done is, instead of presenting simple informative information kiosks, what we have done is we have designed interesting games, puzzles, and we have tried to satisfy the curiosity of the museum visitors when they visit the museum. Because one is not able to touch the objects, one has to maintain certain distance, or one has to see them behind the glass door. So there are lots of restrictions, and people want to get a three-dimensional view. They want to understand the knowledge associated with it. But museum visitors, usually they just walk through the gallery by just looking at the objects, not learning about what our culture is, what our heritage is, how rich it is, and the value, why we should preserve it. Without getting any of these important aspects, the visitors walk through a museum. So these are the points which we try to address through a conventional medium like touchscreen kiosk. So there are presently 10 kiosks which are set up in variety of galleries. For example, there is at the entrance a kiosk which gives introduction to the museum. It also enables the visitors in identifying the key museum collections which they should visit. Suppose if I have only half an hour and I have to catch a flight, within that half an hour I should be able to see the most important objects in the museum, because there are lots of foreign visitors also. So they want to optimize on the time and see the best thing that is there. Indus Valley Civilization Gallery, Coins Gallery, Sculpture Gallery, miniature paintings, natural history. We also have an interesting application like visualize yourself as a historical personality, because people want to visualize themselves, holding a sword or wearing an artwork. Particularly school children want to do that. How that desire could be satisfied? So we have designed an interactive application for them. So it also involves 3D visualization of the ancient times, which we cannot see. So we have actually worked with the experts, the Indologists, and created 3D visualization of the Indus period, how the water systems worked, how the town planning was done. So all that is part of the Interactive Museum project. We have done extensive study of the visitors and the social groups. What do they discuss? We have followed them. We have conducted lots of surveys to understand what their needs are. So these are the findings, the cognitive needs of the museum visitors. Curiosity about the non-visible parts of the artifacts. Because we get only one-sided view. Maybe there is a treasure box, you want to open it and see how it, but you are not allowed to touch it. Can we satisfy that desire through 3D visualization? Multisensory perception of artifacts, comparison with old and modern lifestyles. We look at the Indus Valley civilization and compare it with our modern lifestyle. What is the difference? How we can further encourage that visualization of oneself using artifacts. One click, one toffee approach, because kiosks, if it requires me to click too many pages and too many links, then I lose interest. So one click, one toffee. Even if I click once, I should get a toffee. I must get a reward for it. So that should be our approach to design. Stories associated with the artifacts, shared cognition between various. So some of these things we have tried to use. This is what we found through our surveys, and we have tried to address it in the applications which we have designed. So instead of speaking too much, I will like to run a small film which should give you an idea of.
The Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Vastu Sangrahalaya at Mumbai is one of the foremost and respected museums in the country. It is a home to thousands of precious and timeless artifacts. And within these corridors of ancient history lies a piece of modern technology that is adding a unique perspective to the museum experience. A touch-screen kiosk application for an interactive feel of the museum. The features of this application are designed based on interviews and field observations of museum visitors. There are multiple kiosks set up in different galleries. The Harappan Gallery is one of the most popular among the visitors to the museum. In the English and Marathi languages, to interactive games like comparing the Harappan and modern lifestyles, there is so much to do. Visualizing the Harappan townships and water systems. The Coins Gallery kiosk is another important application that has caught the interest of the visitors. Tracing the timeline of currencies, users can access in-depth information on ancient coins based on each era, while the interactive display allows one to actually rotating the coin to literally see both the sides. There's also a virtual ancient mint, a game where one can stamp the coins. The Miniature Paintings Gallery kiosk offers interactive features. It engages users to color the paintings. And to observe and identify the illustrated objects within the paintings. Each gallery has been designed with a unique thematic identity. The kiosk application is now a key ally of the museum staff.
We were looking for some technology to make gallery little interactive, interesting. SIDAC, Pune, they came up with a solution. As a result, you see several computer interactive kiosks in the galleries.
It has relieved us, in a way, the information which was required to be given by curator or someone. Now, large information is stored in kiosks.
And lastly, what about the visitors? What do they have to say?
First time था, पहले तो कभी नहीं देखा, बहुत सारे म्यूजियम घुमा हुआ.
It's better than just looking at the things. You get to know more and experience new things.
The 3D जे याच्यातलं जे आहे ना 3D ते खूप आवडलं.
Looking at everything and reading them, those things are like it broke the monotony.
So there are. So this has basically the intention of the kiosk is to attract the attention of the visitors into the objects, understand what is the historical significance of it, get some information, because these kiosks are set up right next to the object. So this is how it is basically increasing the interaction between the visitors as well as the museum collections, and enriching them in terms of knowing our own culture, the value of it. With this, I
one of the things which, when we were going through, I had this question was that, is it done for every item which is lying there, or is it done?
It is done for the most significant objects in a particular gallery, not for all.
Another question which came up because of the kiosk and the way, considering our population in India must be visiting these museums.
Yes.
Digitalization should bring in, the option to break the queues also. That's one of the purposes of digitalization. So how do you manage this part when it is a physical kiosk? Why not just be beyond the kiosk?
Actually, we have discussed this with the museum. As you are saying, sometimes the kiosks are getting queued up, because people want to try the game, and 2-3 members are already there in the queue. This is happening. So they decided to add more kiosks. But we also, although this is another thing, we have a virtual museum builder system which makes the virtual museum on the internet. That is a separate system altogether. But here they were interested in making people understand the object which is right there next to them. So, so there is a certain constraint there, because people should come to the museum. They should not visit the website and go away. They want them to visit the museum. So this should attract them to the museum, the actual location. So that is why.
Why not online?
because
I understand that you want to attract them to the museum, but
yes,
there are a lot of people who can't actually go to Bombay.
Yes, the online thing, because see, they get a lot of, the sustenance of a museum depends on the visitors which come to the museum. Now, this particular museum gets something like 3,000 visitors almost every day. You know, there are schools which visit. There are foreign visitors, foreign tourists, local domestic tourists also. So when they come to the museum, they buy a ticket, you know, and that's how the museum is able to sustain and manage their collection.
There is a solution for that. I don't want to say, you know, mixing between the one what you have and the online part.
Yeah.
Is that you know, like when you go to many museums, you have this rental digital expense for as translators.
Yes.
You have.
Yes.
Similar to that model, you can actually bring in something like a pad, which is given to every visitor who wants to see that digitally also. So that actually, when they carry around and they're able to see at the point, instead of keeping the kiosk physically next to the objects, you make it mapped to I can now get into technology which I am not, RF-based technologies, which the moment you are right next to an object, it will show you what it is in the back. So this is technically possible. That's beyond the submission.
We should perhaps extend it to what you are saying.
But I'm saying that's the suggestion between the online part and the part what you have done.
Don't you think having it online, and not just for one museum, but for many other things, and probably just an interactive Indian museum, wouldn't that encourage people and increase their curiosity to actually go and physically see the thing?
Of course.
I mean, just because you see the Taj Mahal online, it doesn't mean not go see the real thing.
We have a product system called Jatan Virtual Museum Builder, which is already being used by Prince of Wales Museum, and their collections will be soon online. But online is a different thing. The kiosk is what we basically right now focus. The online thing could be separate.
Can this be done for every museum?
This can be done for every museum. In fact, number of museums have approached us. The Baroda State Museum, we have a colleague from Gujarat. So Baroda State Museum has already approached us. They would like, and each museum has different kinds of collection. Like we have Modern Art Museum here in Delhi. So they have all paintings. So what should be done so that the visitors' attention could be brought to the paintings? They can discover more. They can appreciate paintings more. So we have designed, the games and applications in such a way that we involve them, engage them into that topic. So that is the kind of challenge that we have. This is, as far as the ICT part is concerned and the design is concerned, it is entirely brainchild of CDAC. And the Chhatrapati Museum, Shivaji Museum is also very important because they gave us the opportunity to do something like this. Because none of the museums, they are very poorly funded. They don't have resource. They don't even. They are so understaffed. The schools visit and there is nobody to inform also. They have to just silently watch and go.
What is the proportion of cost share this model?
I didn't get the.
No, how much part we share? Between Department of Archaeology and.
I think Chhatrapati Shivaji Museum, they partly got some support from the Department of Culture, and partly I think they have also invested.
Okay, thank you very much.